This is Mark Dell with Android Spin, and this is a review for Game Dev Story by Kairo Soft Co. Limited. There's something strange about tycoon-style games that never make sense to me. On paper, these games are just about the most boring thing imaginable. There's no action, the goals are arbitrary, and some of them give you little more interaction than you'd find in Progress Quest. But for whatever reason, tycoon games are incredible. Theme Park, Sim Tower, Transport Tycoon, all incredible games to name just a few. Game Dev Story might not be as deep as those games mentioned, but it isn't any less addicting. In Game Dev Story, you'll have 20 game years to build up a video game development company from a small 2-person business into a 6-person studio. You'll attend trade shows, hire staff, put out advertising, and of course, make games. The development process is totally hands-off. After picking the basics such as the platform, genre, and type, it's up to your staff to build a game, with you stepping in at a couple of points during development to choose who'll work on graphics or sound, or if you'll outsource. As the game is being developed, you'll see icons flash up above the heads of your staff as they work on the various parts of the game. They'll sometimes get up and talk with other colleagues, or they'll sometimes get up and talk to you about whether they can boost various statistics of the game, or you can use these research points to level up your staff in one of several job types. There's a lot of other little events that happen throughout. Some are good, such as a magazine writing a good article about your game. Others are bad, such as another development company beating you to market with a game of the same type. There's a lot of depth to what can happen, and this helps drive Game Dev Story's addictive quality, as you'll always try to complete just one more game before you set your phone down. One of the big issues with most tycoon games is information overload. Menu options are everywhere, and it's impossible to find anything that you're looking for without spending a lot of time getting used to the interface. This is one of Game Dev Story's strong points. Everything is super easy to find and navigate through, and you're never really more than just a couple of taps away from getting what you need. Despite the ease of the interface, it does have the same issue as the iPhone version of only using about half the screen, and there's also no use made of the Android's hardware buttons. To bring up and navigate the on-screen menus, you'll be using the menu and back buttons that are drawn on the screen. This was expected on the iPhone, but on the Android it feels more than a little lazy. It's not a perfect port of the iPhone version either. The game often slows down, and when displaying some items such as staff wages, the number formatting doesn't format with a decimal, making things look about 10 times more expensive than they are. These are both minor niggles, and you'll even become oblivious to the strange square screen size once you've been staring at the game for a while, enjoying the pixel art graphics and retro sounds. The magic of a Game Dev Story really isn't easy to capture in words. It doesn't try to mimic every aspect of game development, and simple things such as a staff member quitting or developing multiple titles at once aren't included. Nor does it try for very much realism, as made evident by my best-selling miniskirt trivia game that sold millions within the first week. The magic does come from its simple and addictive gameplay, mixed with some great tongue-in-cheek humour. You'll find yourself sat playing the game for hours wondering where the evening went. And when you've completed it, you can jump right back in and carry information across into a new game. Game Dev Story isn't a game that should be purchased lightly. Please use caution.